This building is the original terminal and administration building from the 1930s for the Wichita Municipal Airport. This building was being built around 1930, and because of the Great Depression, it was put on hold for a couple years. It wasn't actually completed and opened until 1935, and it has this fantastic look to it. That's pretty cool. It's like a 3D, the plane is kind of 3D, comes out of the wall. I like that. Now ultimately this was a very important airport because it was really the last stop before crossing the Rockies. So when you were traveling west, you would be stopping here to refuel, and this airport, as small as it was back then, saw a lot of important and famous people come through. This obviously would have been the main doors to enter once you've landed, and also to exit. That's what I'm assuming based on the pictures, but you cannot get in there. I guess it's not restored, or it's not in, you know, can't even see. Kind of gives you a feel of what it would have been like in the 1930s, walking out to your plane. You can see the tower up there. I think that was constructed in 1940 or 1941. I could be wrong, but you know, basically original to this building. It's no longer used now. The actual airport is way over there and much bigger now. But this was saved. It's now on the list of historic buildings as of 1991, and it is now the home to the Kansas Aviation Museum. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in there and see what it has. Mostly check out the building, but take a look at some planes too. This is the 1931 Stearman Model 4D Junior Speed Mail. Here's some restoration photos of the Stearman 4D. Lots of work went into this. Oh, so it was found in a salvage yard in Tucson, Arizona. Probably that bone yard out there. So this plane was known as the Laird Swallow. 1920s oil man who decided to expand into aviation. And they built this by April 1920. The men had an aircraft they called the Wichita Tractor. This is the Beechcraft D-17S or D-17S Stagger Wing. Manufacture date 1944. It was originally designed as a military plane. tight fit. So let's see what's out here. Let's see what they have to show us. Admittingly so, probably not the most exciting aircraft museum that I've ever been to, but I think they all have something to offer, something to show us. Something very interesting to note is this airport, as busy as it was in the 1930s, didn't even have actual runways, paved runways, until the late 1930s. I believe that is the Boeing 52D Stratofortress back there. This particular plane, it says on November 16th, 1966, was assigned to Andersen Air Force Base in Guam and thus entered the Vietnam conflict. In 1978, she was transferred to Boeing Wichita on inactive status to be used as a development mock-up for continued upgrades to later models of the B-52. And in 1991, this B-52 was transferred to Kansas Aviation Museum for public display. Kind of see inside it. Let's see. Wow, look at this old technology. Oof. An electrical nightmare. This is pretty cool. This is a Boeing KC-135E Stratotanker. It's a swept-wing 4-jet engine in-flight refueling tanker, and the primary function is aerial refueling and airlift. A lot going on, and I have no idea what any of it does. Some of these have no information at all. But they look cool. So like I said, not the most exciting of museums, but it's always interesting to check out local museums or just any museum that I find somewhat interesting. The building was very cool. Very interesting history here, for sure. Hope you liked it. Just a simple video.